This is going to be Unit 1, Lesson 1, and the first video that you're going to watch. I'm going to break the videos up into smaller, shorter videos instead of having one long video. And then that way, as you can see here, I've written out a suggestion would be to watch the first two videos and then to take a break and do some independent studying or some practice and come back another day, tomorrow or the next day, and watch the second two videos. That's going to give your brain a time to absorb the information, to rest, and you're going to get that frequency of repeating the grammar and the vocabulary by coming back another time. I understand if you can't do that, but that would be the ideal situation. Right now we're going to work on Unit 1, and the objective is I can introduce myself. So we're going to start very, very simple. If this is too easy for you, feel free to add a little bit more to your self-introduction, and that's fine, but we have to start with the basics. So the first thing that you would probably ask someone if you met them, you probably already guessed, is their name. So this one here, ¿Cómo te llamas? Is asking, what do you call yourself? Or in English, we would say, what's your name? And the answer is me llamo, and then your name. This person's name is Carolina, but I would say me llamo Sarah. And what would you say? Periodically throughout the videos, I'll ask you questions, and I might ask you to pause the video or to write something down. And I really want you to try to do that, even if it feels a little funny, because that's exactly what would happen in a real classroom. So it's still important to do the recall and to know the answers, even though we're doing this by video. The next question is, ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? Now, teléfono looks a lot like telephone, so I'm going to guess this one in context that they're asking for a phone number. And the answer is, mi número de teléfono es el 665-934-627. If you don't know your numbers yet, don't worry. We're going to work on them next, and by the end of the week, you'll be able to say a lot of things with them. Next up, we have edad, which is age, and the question is, ¿Cuántos años tienes? This one has a little bit of a trick in that you want to make sure you're going to say the ñ sound, años. When you see that N with the line above it, it makes an yo sound. And it's especially important with this word because ano without the Y sound is a body part, and it's not one that you want to say you have a lot of. So very important with this one to get that right off the bat. And the response is tengo 31 años. The last one we're going to do in our basic introduction is your profession. This is a very Spanish way of asking. It doesn't look anything like English, so you probably wouldn't figure this out unless I told you. This is something you definitely want to remember. ¿A qué te dedicas? When they say ¿a qué te dedicas?, they're asking what do you dedicate yourself to? So yes, it has the meaning of your job, but they're saying it in a very different way than we would say in English. And the answer here is soy profesora de español. So using this, I'm going to say my basic introduction, but we always want to go a step further than the materials. So if I know that soy here is used a lot, and soy means I am, I'm going to try to think of other things I could use with that. We're not going to get into verb conjugation right now. Right now, we're just going to focus on some little things, and in Unit 2, we're really going to look at the verb conjugation. But for now, you just need to know I am. So I'm going to use that to add something else to mine, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to be able to guess it in context. So I have mine over here actually. My introduction would be, Me llamo Sarah. Soy de Philadelphia. So here I've used soy in a way that we didn't see on the screen. Tengo 28 años. Soy maestra. I probably wouldn't give out my phone number to someone when I first meet them, so we're just going to use phone numbers as a way to practice English. Now I'd like for you to pause the video and to say your introduction, and you can include your phone number in that. Okay, so hopefully you've unpaused the video, and now what we're going to do is we're going to recall a little bit of information. So I'm going to cover up the question, and I'm going to ask it to you, and I'd like for you to try and say the answer. So once again, if you want to pause it or if you want to go backwards and rewind to listen again, that's completely fine. But I really want you to try and recall it and see if you can answer it out loud. ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? The next one is, ¿a qué te dedicas? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cómo te llamas? So hopefully, going through each of those, you were able to remember some of them. And if you can't remember every word, that's absolutely fine.